Assalamu alaikum guys, I am Ali Asghar and in this video we are going to discuss our next topic. But before getting into our discussion, it's my request for you to subscribe my channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you can get every new update from my channel instantly. Now let's move towards our topic without any further delay. Today's topic is the projectile motion, as you can see at the top of your screen written in the green color. In order to understand this concept, first of all, we shall have to understand its definition. So let's study its definition. The projectile motion is a two-dimensional motion under constant acceleration due to the gravity. Here we have 2 points to note. The first one is two-dimensional motion and the second one is constant acceleration due to gravity. Actually, two-dimensional means such a motion which has the two dimensions. Actually, an object being projected moves along the vertical component means the y-axis, as well as the horizontal component means the x-axis. So we can say that projectile motion is a two-dimensional motion. And constant acceleration due to gravity means the acceleration in an object being projected is only due to the gravity. There is no any other factor which is causing acceleration if we ignore the force of friction. Now let's discuss its example. Its example can be a missile launched from a launch pad, a football kicked at an angle, etc. or some example of projectile. In this example, you can see that a football is being kicked to pass it through the basket. And in this example, you can also see that the football is moving along the vertical component or y-axis as well as the horizontal component or x-axis. So we can say that this motion is a projectile motion because the trajectory followed by the football is the same as the trajectory followed by any object now which is being projected. We are going to discuss the components of the projectile motion. Actually, there are two components of the projectile motion as we have already discussed in the example of football, and these are horizontal component or x component and the vertical component. Now we are going to discuss the horizontal component or x component. The velocity v along this component remains constant and so acceleration a is 0. As you can see that here v and a are bolded, which shows that these are the vector quantities, not the scalar quantities. Now we are going to discuss the horizontal motion. Here we have 2 points. The first one is vi is equal to the vf, means initial velocity is equal to the final velocity, and second one is a is equal to 0, means acceleration is equal to 0. Obviously, if there would be no change in velocity, then there would be no acceleration. Now keeping the above mentioned points in mind from second equation of motion, the second equation of motion, as you know, we have s is equal to the vit plus half at square, or distance is equal to the initial velocity multiplied by the time plus half acceleration multiplied by the time square. Now putting the values in this equation, we got x is equal to the vixt plus half 0t square because the acceleration is 0. Finally, we shall have x is equal to the vix. Now let's discuss the vertical component or y component. Velocity v along this component doesn't remain constant, rather it varies under the action of gravity, so acceleration shall be equal to the gravitational acceleration. Obviously, when a force acts on a body, then it creates a change in its velocity, and when gravitational force acts on a body, then it will cause a change in its velocity equal to the gravitational acceleration, which is 9.8 meter per second square. Now let's discuss the vertical motion. Here we have 2 points. The first point is viy is equal to the 0, means initial velocity along the y component is 0, and second point is ay is equal to the g, means acceleration along the y component is equal to the gravitational acceleration. Now let's discuss the vertical distance. Keeping in view previously mentioned assumption, considering the second equation of motion, the second equation of motion we have is s is equal to the viy plus half ayt square. Actually, we have written y as the subscript with the initial velocity and acceleration because we are using this equation for calculating distance along the vertical component or y component. In the next step, we shall write y is equal to the 0 multiplied by the t plus half gt square because initial velocity along the y component is equal to the 0. So finally, we shall have y is equal to the 1 over 2 gt square. So it was our discussion of today. I hope you will benefit from my discussion. Now I will see you in my next discussion. Till that, Allah Hafiz.